Shazam, Shazam. Hello, everybody. Where's you? All right. So, just sometimes, it is what it is. It was what it was. Could be what it could be. Could have been, could have been. Hey, always, when you put hearing protection on, check inside. Make sure there ain't no spiders. Yep, gotta make sure. Protection is the key. Uh-huh, yeah. I'll bet. Fire involved, but I got a strike around. Morels are fun to cool, or fun to cool. They're fun to carve, and here's why. They don't take that long. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. They don't take that long. You get about 20 bucks out of that, and it takes me about, I don't know, 5 minutes to make it. Particular morel mushroom wouldn't be worth anything to the average human being, but I'll tell you what, this would be a beaver's favorite morel. How about that? All right, let's sit. Y'all hit the like just minding its own business, and this guy's torturing it with that salt. Shut up and get in the kitchen. It kind of looks like a moon capsule a little bit, except for, you know, the moon capsule never did anything. We didn't go to the moon. That's crazy. It's like I'm semi-obsessed with that stupid little submarine, you know, that guy took down in there and it imploded and killed all them people, you know, killed all 5 of them, including the guy that owned the place, you know, and down there they were short of the Titanic. And I don't know why, but every video that comes out about that, I gotta watch it. I don't even know why, you know, who cares? I mean, somebody was stupid. He killed some other people, including himself. Heck, that happens about every day on our roads. All right, that baby's ready for some fire. Yeah, it's like the seatbelt. And, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to give everybody a speech on whether to wear a seatbelt or not. You know, the bottom line is the law. If you want to pay a ticket, pay a ticket. You want to get in a car accident and die? And I get it. Oh, yeah, but what if you crash and land in the water and you drowned? All right, you drowned. Okay. But you had more chances of surviving if you had the seatbelt on. Just saying. But that's your business. But did I even turn the gas on? I can't remember. Nope. I smell it. Oh, yeah, you can hear that. Can you hear that? I can hear it. But that said, you know, people do dumb stuff. That's all I'm getting at. If you want to do dumb stuff, do dumb stuff. That's all right. Just so you guys know, I'm roasting this for my pet beaver. He thinks it's a wooden hot dog. Actually, I don't know what he thinks because he's a beaver. And honestly, I gotta think with the size of a brain that a beaver has, that just the truth be told, if you came across a beaver, turn that gas off. If you came across a beaver and it was talking, I'd have to think that some of the things it would be saying would be like, you know, a beaver would be talking about very serious issues like, and we wouldn't understand that language. I don't know, maybe it's Swahili. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that we would understand what they're saying. But yeah, I bet they'll like this nice morel mushroom wooden hot dog I'm making them. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a pet beaver. You gotta feed them. You gotta feed them good. So let's sand this dude off, and we'll clean him up real good. I'll show you what he should look like. Okay, folks, here's the truth of the matter. Hold on. So I got a pet beaver, and I went into Petland the other day. I wanted to get my pet beaver some chew toys, and they didn't have any, so I'm making some for him. No. Anyway, these are fun to make. I like making morel mushrooms. They're fun. They're easy to make, and I'll sell that thing for about 20 bucks. And in my area, of course, most people that are seeing this is like, what the heck is that? But in my area, morel mushrooms are pretty popular, and so is art related to them. So, let's clean this up, clean the stem up a little bit, and then we'll make another one. And they're fun. I mean, these are fun to make. They're not hard. They don't have to look like anything. And I know, well, you probably ought to have gloves on. Yeah, I probably ought to have a helmet on with a screen across the front of it and be on the school bus looking windows too. So, one thing about it, we can prove, there's that morel, it looks pretty good, you know, and these here, I mean, that's kind of folk art around here, around me, and I know it don't look like much to most of you, but I saw it for 20 bucks, so why wouldn't I make it? Let me clean the thing up. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I think it's crazy, but I can tell. Here's what we know. I was talking about the Titan sub, and I'm just kind of enamored with that whole story. Here's what we know. The Titan submersible made it to the bottom of the sea where the Titanic was sitting. Somewhere close to it, within a couple miles. You know, unlike that moon capsule thing that, you know, they say landed on the moon and all that. But that's just insane. We're supposed to believe we did something in 1969 or whatever that we can't duplicate now in 2025. Oh yeah, but nobody sees the point of going to the moon. Oh, but they see the point of going to Mars. You don't think you'd need some kind of launch from the moon to get there? I don't know. It's just craziness. But the Titan, man, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that. Seeing all the different stories about it. I mean, you know, the thing, you know, just crushed instantly and turned all them people into I guess, into DNA. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's awful what happened to them. And that guy, who remain unnamed because you just never know. Nowadays, you can get in trouble for even mentioning their name. You never know with these social media platforms. They could ban you or put you in timeout or something. You just never know. I know enough to know that thing. Okay, so look. Sometimes you have to have a little science in your day. And I don't want to waste it here. But I want you guys to understand what happened to the Titan submersible. Any questions? Okay. Let's carve another mushroom. All right. And hit the like button if you can. I would sure appreciate that.
says, "Oh, Frank, look, he's making a what do you call that thing?" Oh, it's not a gnome, Frank. That doesn't look like a gnome to me. It's a gnome. Ethel, shut up. It's funny because that couple's sitting there watching and they go, "Oh my God, is he in here with us?" With you, because if I was in there with you, you'd have to have ice cream for me to. All my flavors of jealousy just satisfied. That's right. My first Not Your Daddy music. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dad didn't listen to that. He was listening to stuff about 10 years older. And I was thinking about that different Van Halen songs, man. Hot for Teacher and stuff like that. It was hot stuff. Hey, man. Hey, wait a second. What do you think the teacher's going to look like this year? Oh, I love David Lee Roth, man. I like Sammy Hagar too, but David Lee Roth was hilarious. Teacher, stop that screaming. Teacher, don't you see? Oh, that's funny stuff. Heck yeah. Got me thinking about that. All right, let's burn this dude. Burn her at the stake. Y'all be sure to hit the like button. Heck yeah, 84 already? Man, we've been on here for 18 minutes. That's some love, I'll tell you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't care who you are. Most people like to see something get moved. It's kind of like watching fireworks. Except for, without the pretty colors. The amber, it's pretty. I watched it on the burn the finger. The amber's pretty, I mean, it kind of is with it. I like it.
taco. I don't know why, but I got this sudden urge to go eat a taco. Okay, all right, let's get some breathing or some lung protection device on here. Let's see if we can't sand this baby down a little bit. Make it look more like a Morel than a charred piece of wood from a forest fire in California. Right. I hate that bolt that thing. I don't think I need that, do I? Okay, let's get this thing out here. Take that off. And yeah, I just, think about that. The 80s, I'd have been like 10, and all that stuff came out. Another one, when you heard that stuff, but you didn't know at the time, there's another cute little Morel mushroom. You didn't know at the time, but that music was going to be, let me clean this bass up a little bit. It was going to be timeless. And of course, they didn't know that at the time, and they'll tell you another one around that same time. And people could argue that Metallica, the Black Album, was like their breakout album. But for me, I would have to say that Injustice for All. It was like, what was that, 86? Something like that it came out, 84. To me, the Metallica's breakout album was Injustice for All. And because I think one really put them on the roadmap. But really, Van Halen or Metallica back in that day, of course, Metallica's still around as a band. Tell me the chemistry isn't awesome there, now. Jason Newsted, they didn't get along with him very good. And, supposedly Lars Ulrich is a crazy person, depending on who you ask. But what do you think of that piece of wood? Now, that's a little different. Are you going to make a mushroom out of that? Yeah, I'm going to make a mushroom out of that. But for me, and Justice for All, and one is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. And I don't know why. I mean, it's really basic, some really heavy metal, but it wasn't basic. And it was like 20 years ahead of its time, to when stuff like Kill Switch Engage and stuff like that was coming out. That's when those Metallica albums should have been coming out, not in the 80s. Just saying. That stuff was way ahead of its time. We didn't stop by here and listen to some music aficionado, you loser. Get your saw out and cut and shut your mouth. Okay, I'm listening. Many apologies. Okay.
you almost expect a gnome to pop out and go. I don't know. That's what I'm expecting to happen. The grunge era, and I'm 49, and that was my era when it comes right down to it. And my favorite band of all time, Alice in Chains. Why? Because that's where she should have been. Lane Staley, lead singer. Of course, he died of drug overdose. Half the good ones did. I don't know why. These guys, their life was so horrible because they found success. Anyway, his voice is just awesome. Chris Cornell of that time, Soundgarden, he was awesome too. I think that Lane Staley, if he had not died the way he died, he probably would have been known about as well as Chris Cornell. I mean, because his voice was just outstandingly awesome. Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah! My neighbors are going to be like, what the heck is going on over there? I don't know. I don't tell you. Is that loud enough for you? Maybe I should turn the volume down. I appreciate y'all hitting that like, man. That's awesome. 132, and we're just now coming up on a half hour. That's insane. You guys are awesome. I don't care what your mama said about you. You're like, well, I don't care either. Yeah, right. Hey, I missed a spot. Hey, let me cut that in there real quick. Just a zip, zip, zip. Yeah, here come the rooster. Woohoo! All right. Sorry about that. I should have warned you guys in advance. Had ear protection on. If I was going to be singing stuff. I know. And somebody in there, poor guy, he's minding his own business, watching this YouTube, you know. And this, and his wife says, "Turn that down for the love of God! Turn it down!" Oh. You poor guy. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that to you. I like old stuff too, man. Bad Company really stands out to me. Like Leonard Skinner, but I mean, I like Leonard Skinner, but Bad Company in particular. I'm not a huge Aerosmith fan. I know that'd be surprising considering how big my mouth is. I'm just not a huge Aerosmith fan. But the Who, not the Guess Who, that's the following all stuff. The Who. pretty cool stuff. Pink Floyd. The lunatic is in my head. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The lunatic is in my head. How about time? Ticking away the moments that make up a dull day. Yeah, I love fire. Ain't that cool? She burnt down real good, ain't it? I bet even the boss lady was going, what the heck's he yelling about now? He burnt himself? You just never know. Yes, I burnt myself. I wasn't acting a fool. I hurt myself. That's what happened. Okay, let's send this dude, make him look like a Morel. Appreciate y'all being in here for sure, man. Man, there's 1,000 people watching. That hadn't happened very often. But that's pretty awesome. I don't care what these people on YouTube said about y'all. You guys are all right. Oh, the side. That's a little guy now. He's pretty tiny. Maybe we'll only see $10 on him. I don't know. But I'm telling you, you people might think I'm crazy. Somebody will buy it. Especially around me. This is like, this is folk art. And the Morel's about as hard to find as Bigfoot. In fact, I would argue that the Morel mushroom is probably Bigfoot poop. Look at that little guy. Hey, see that cute little fella? Go on, beat the kid. Go on, beat the kid. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Okay. That's some Pink Floyd, man. That's some memories right there, right? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to take this mask back off and let's screw on, make one more of them. I got a big log over here that I can start on a bear. And I might just do that because this is the last of my little pieces I was going to make little mushrooms out of, you know. Let's see. Oh. In reality, I don't know where the screw's going to end up at. I'm going to really play it safe around that stem. And because it's, man, it'd be about there. I probably could work around that. How long is that? You got to consider this stuff. You don't want to tear your tools up. And don't get me wrong, I got an electric chain sharpener. It's not that big a deal. But it does take about 20 minutes for me to pull that out and have to rebuild a chain like that. So, you know, it's time lost for stupidity. And it happens all too often here at the Bear and the Boss Lady compound and Whack-A-Chack Hat. All right, let's get it done. What did I do with the saw? I lost it. Okay. You guys take my saw? Okay, here, I found it. I'll set that up there. My glasses are fogging, man. I mean, this is something else. Let's see what we got here. Heck yeah, I got up to 150 likes in 35 minutes. Hey, EW, Pine and Oak, what's going on? Michael S, Superfan, Matthew, Dallin, what's up, buddy? Mike is making stuff. What's up, my man? Glad to see y'all in there. Heck yeah. It looked like Creation Dust 777 may be in there too. The best chainsaw carver in the world. Ray and Sandy, what's going on, my man? Billy, Shoemate, what's up, bud? All right, let's get some stuff done here. corner. That's too small. That's just popping in. You like Morel mushroom videos? I have like 6 Morel mushroom videos you can watch. And they're all pretty good videos. I found a lot, if that helps. On that one is looking really, 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 really. But if you look at it, the way it's leaning over, the stem, you can't see it from there, but the stem comes back this way. And it's just really realistic looking shape. It looks pretty good. That said, y'all hit the like button. See that little like button up there? Thumbs up. All right, let's do it. Third time's the charm, right? America, like unexplained drones and aliens, it's Bigfoot and Morel mushrooms. Oh, that dude looks good. I like him. He's a friendly little guy. Well, we shall name him Rupert. Rupert the monkey boy. Okay. All right, or is that Rupert? Yeah, Rupert. Ever seen that movie? It was Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Yeah, Steve Martin, and I can't remember the name of that other guy that was in it. They were con artists. And the one played Rupert, the monkey boy, and he had to have a cork on his fork when he sat at the table to eat, so he wouldn't stab himself in the eye. Plus, he wore eye patch and he looked like a pirate. Speaking of which, you guys ever been to your churches or places that you gather together for worship and things of that nature? And one of the people there had a patch on their eye and looked like a pirate, or they just had some eye surgery or something like that. And for whatever reason, you just can't help yourself but to walk up to them and say, "You look like a pirate." I mean, I don't know. You know, I couldn't help it. I did that. You know, and don't hate me, pirates. But anyway, whatever. I need about 20 more of those for this year's market season. You know, we do craft fairs and stuff, and I'm about to have to walk around the woods and look for some walnut or something because I'm out of pine limbs. Little skinny pine limbs, like not, you know, they're not that they're hard to find, but usually when you're looking for pieces as a chainsaw carver, you're looking for bigger wood. There's different things you learn about these. Like when you're clear coating them, you're better off to spray clear coat them. And the reason I say that is, if you use your same stuff in your bucket, you'll end up getting, you know, you buy a can of stuff and you brush it on there, it will end up turning your clear coat black. So you're better off to spray these burn things. And actually, little bears and stuff like that, I spray them before I clear coat them. I'll show you what I mean. You know, one too many can of clear coat tinted unintentionally gray from dirty burns, you know. You learn your lesson pretty quick. So, for those of you that know him, and if you don't know him, you should know him, and you're missing out. There's that little guy. If you watch Creation Does 777, he has a bucket, and this bucket just looks like goo has just poured out of it. What that bucket is for is he dumps a little bit of the clear coat solution that he uses into that bucket, because he's typically, if you're putting this on something that's burned, it'll taint it and color it, and you'll ruin your whole bucket if you don't do that. Well, I had to learn the hard way after a couple of times tinting my stuff. But man, you know, I should have been asking that professional guy that I love watching, hey, what do you do? But, you know, I'm dumb, so I had to learn the hard way. How about that? Okie doke. Okay, so let me bring a bear up here, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I got some little bears to finish anyway. And these guys are cute, you know. I mean, that's Jim Jerry. You know, Jim Jerry's a pretty good dude, you know. He ain't got no eyes though, no nose, can't smell. See here, he's kind of Helen Keller, but he's welcoming you nonetheless, and you guys should be happy to meet him. Okay, all right, let's set this dude up, and we're gonna do some finish work on him. I think I thought about starting into this bear, but I need to get these little ones done too, and they're super cute. People like watching you burn stuff anyway, so you know what the heck. Let's see. You guys know how it is. Somebody comes by. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's burning that bear. Oh, that's awful. I'm gonna call PETA. Yeah, but it's a wooden bear. Oh, okay. I'm still gonna call PETA. That's wooden bear abuse. Man, you just never know if people are crazy. You know? So should I get my eyes first or should I burn him first? I think I should burn him. And sand him. And burn him again. And then burn him again. I gotta burn the sign too. I'm gonna put the sign in there. He can hold the sign while I burn it. He's a nice little bear. I'm not really trying to burn the sign. I'm trying to burn down in the letters, if that makes any sense. I know it makes sense because you people are rocket scientists. After all, you are on YouTube right now watching me. Take that out, or it gets so hot I can't take it out. You always get that one hippie that stops by. Why don't you use your tools to build a better world? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. I got to set it on fire first. Clean up all the trash you guys left from that last time you were at that fish pond. Like a weird little spot, but it's not very. I'm going to leave it. Burn that just a little more. If you've never seen the results of a sanded burn like that and they're getting ready to see it for the first time, it's pretty cool. But if you've seen it before, it's boring. I don't want to watch that again. I'm watching that all the time, man. They'll turn the channel for God's sake. This guy's annoying. All right, let's do it. Welcome. That's what it is. Look over here. Welcome. Ain't that nice? That's all right, don't it? And you always got that one person coming through there. Oh, look at that. That is so nice what that guy made. I'll bet you this guy, if his art was allowed to see by the world, he would solve world peace and hunger would be eliminated. No, I don't think I'm that good. Okay, let me set this over here so I can sand the muzzle down, clean the muzzle, and we gotta burn some eyes in this dude and clean his muzzle up. We'll clean his muzzle up first. Don't be getting no funny ideas now, okay? All right. Oh, see that do some nose holes. What do you guys think? I think that'd be an excellent idea. Not that I would know a good idea when I see one. But I know one good idea. I can take this mask off now and I'm gonna. When it's on, of course I need it on when I'm sanding. But when it's on, my glasses fog up. The way it goes. You know, which is good because, you know, I'm ugly and it helps hide me. You know, a little bit. You can at least there's a specific area of me around my glasses. You don't have to be your eyes, you know, hurting, having to see. Man, we got over 200 likes and ain't even been on here an hour. You guys are okay. I don't care. Hey, John. Hope you got your package. Glad to see you, my man. What's going on, Cheech? Michael S. Matthew. What do you know? What do you know? Glad to see y'all. Creation Does 777. The best chainsaw carver. He is right there. Be sure and check him out. Okay, let's get this going. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm partial to that guy. Okay, all right. No, I have to clean that up with the torch a little bit. I'll try to cut off what I can because I don't want to burn it too much. Okay. I don't want to burn it too much, so I'll switch tips. And that don't mean I still won't have to come back and sand the face just a little bit. Let's get us do some eyes. He'll be happy. I'm just going to use the handful eye cutting tool I have in right now. This one right here. Looks pretty good. You guys approve? Okay. You guys approve. That's good. I was going to do it anyway, but I'll do it even more since y'all approve. Okay. What do you think, Mr. Bailey? I think that's it. He's looking pretty good. I'm going to burn that little bit of excess fuzzy on the nose, and I can switch to something else. I can find the, oh, I was going to switch tips. Let me go to the smaller tip for that. That is some precision work. You need some precision tools for precision work there, big guy. Yeah, I heard that. Okay. Whoa! It wasn't less down there all the way. Just turning the gas on was enough to pop it off. There we go. That's in there that time. I wasn't being careful. I'll tell you what, I'll probably have to clean it up a little bit. because it needs a little bit in the mouth too. That is not the color. This is just a clean. Yeah. We just had so much that I was going to have to. But I can re-sand it. It ain't that big a deal. Clean that part back up. Take that tip back off and go to the big one. Yeah. People like fire though, man. I don't blame them. I like fire too. I'm not saying you guys like fire are sick or anything like that or demented or is anything wrong with you. I'm sure there is, but I mean I would never say that. I mean, let's see. Let me get my glasses back on. If I'm using this 4.5 inch angle grinder, I need to protect my spectacles. I've only got one good one. So then I really need to protect that one good one I got. If that makes any sense. Let's see, that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna put this, take that off and put that on. He looks like he just got done eating a bunch of chocolate. I don't know. I leave a little bit on there. He looked like that wrestler, Scott Hall. There we go. That's good. Now we'll paint the eyes black and white, and we'll paint the nose black and the mouth black if it needs it. And that'll be the end of that guy right there. So, and I kind of got into the heat a little bit, but I'm telling you, nobody's going to care about that. Stick it in there, screw it down, and be happy. Let's take this dude off. Let's see if we can't get into something else. All right. This is a cute little guy. Hello, set me free, please help me. This person is insane. Let me out. Keep talking there, little guy. I'm running out of places to put this stuff. Okay. Yeah, kind of is what it is. That'll have to work for now. Is that dog gonna fall over? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So what are we gonna cut on now? I'm either gonna cut on something. I don't really want to start in this big log. That's over there. It's just that's a little bit much of a project to start that late at night. But I mean, I guess I could. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings now. I'm just making a bear. It's gonna be a welcome bear. I can start on the head, and it's gonna be the last welcome bear before I start making Highland cows and stuff like that. I need to make a few other welcome type things and like 4 or 5 Highland cows. I've got all kinds of different bears, but I can't wheel this dude over here and start on him. Yeah, come on, baby. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty high. That's not too bad. But yeah, we can cut on that. Here, let's get this thing in the shot. Got to be in the shot, not out of the shot, right? There we go. That should work out okay. I don't know. That's awful close, isn't it? Okay, there we go. All right, so let me get some headphones on, and we'll get I'm gonna use 171. I put some heavy stuff in it today. I don't even know if this thing can push this. We're gonna find out. a bear head so far, or maybe it's a dog. I don't know. It's something. It looks like something. It looks like something. It feels like something. It's a piece of wood, for God's sake. It's a piece of wood. Okay. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. I don't want to get too carried away because every time I try to do it, it wants to kick back. So, I don't know. We'll keep plunge cutting it. The thing is, it's kind of in a cave, so it can't come up if I keep my hand in the... But I'm using this 50 gauge. And that 50 gauge is some serious stuff, man. I'll tell you what. Sometimes you got to know when to stop. With this here, when I try to plunge cut that, it's kicking back. So I'm gonna have to go with a different bar, or I try the 20 out even. The 20 might get it. But what I want to do is dig the head out here. I'll tell you what I can do for now. Well, I can't really do it until I can get that piece out, without a doubt. I can do more to the head though. touchy detail is something different, you know, than getting involved in this. Yeah, I just can't believe that. I can't get in there. I'll tell you what I can't. I'm not gonna try it because I keep doing the same thing again. I'm gonna pick away at it with a little saw. You'll have that sometimes. It's just what happens when you're done. Okay. All right. Was I using this one? I can get this sign holder set cut down in with this piece without having to worry about it kicking back. I got something right. And that doesn't happen very often. So, how crazy is that? You get on here and the content creator is clapping about himself. That's pretty horrible, isn't it? I can't believe that guy. Who does he think he is? cut the face back some. But anyway, I mean, kind of get the idea of what's going on here. It's a big old big-headed bear. Oh, he's looking all right. Coming along, he's got a great big head on him, though, doesn't he? I'm going to cut that mouth down some. But as far as the head goes, I will cut it back on the angles and try to round it out a little bit more. But just a little bit at a time. This ear is bigger than this ear, and it needs some come off right here. I'm going to cut that off and then... Popped it off. Well, instead of messing with it, I'm just gonna go and go to the other saw. That's what you should do. It just takes less time. You got another one to grab? Grab it. This one's full of fuel and ready to go. Yeah, head's looking pretty good. I kind of like to dig some of that brow back off right here, take it off, but you know, other than that, I mean, not too bad, not too good. He's coming out all right. He's got a big head, that's for sure. But he's gonna have a big body. It'll match his head. I don't know. This piece here, it's big enough to get him out of there. That is a big old monster of a bear, isn't it? And he's doing pretty good. He's a happy guy. Are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. Hope you die, there, chainsaw carver guy. See, you believe he said that to me? Oh man, that's awful. I'm gonna have to cut you in half now. I can't take that. No, I'm just kidding. Uh-huh. I'll tell you what, kickback with this saw has been awful. It's not the saw, it's the bar that's causing it. But anyway, it is what it is. We just keep right on it going until we run out of gas. he's looking pretty good. I mean, I got, you know, pretty much the whole front of him dug out. And really, it's, I mean, it's kind of down to small bar work for the most part. Let's give him a butt. Let's turn this dude around. We'll do his back. You get like a side view of him. The side view is just pretty cute anyway. His head is. All right. Go back to this one. Oh man, I'll tell you, he's wearing me out though. I'm taking a beating. Let's see if we can't give this guy. Yeah, we'll split his legs there, give him a little butt, you know, kind of make him a little rumpy, maybe a little bit. little something to hold his sign with. Yeah, but you know, I'm gonna go back, but I need to clean that up. That looks horrible. Let me do that first. Turn that dude a little bit. Give him some arms. Well, that's looking pretty good. I mean, he's sign holder. I don't know. I got a piece here. This piece is probably, yeah, it's gonna be that'd be too thick. Let's look and see what stuff I have up here that I can stick in there in the sign, but I don't really have anything that would fit this the way it is right now. I don't know. But anyway, it kind of is what it is. Let's see what you guys got to say real quick. Everybody doing pretty good tonight? I hope so. Hopefully everybody knows the tacos are dreaming about me. It's pretty important to know. What's going on? Let's see what we got here. Season for 2 years. Moisture content. Yeah, cracking. That's no doubt. Hey, LJ, what's going on, Mr. What's that, Phenami? Heck yeah, man. What do you think? Hey, June, what's going on? Glad to see you. Michael, we appreciate that thumbs up, man. That's awesome. Billy. And yeah, letting the wood dry. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that, Wayne. Come on. That's awesome, man. That's all I like to do, this stuff. It's fun. And, you know, wife lets me. You know, that's important. If a wife don't let you, you know what I mean? And she stays out of the way because I'm, you know, kind of fat. And after a day like this, I smell bad. You know, I mean, yeah, man. Taco Tuesday. I think they're thinking about me, too. Hey, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm tired. Now, Wednesday, 2 o'clock, about 2:20 usually. Creation Dust 777, the best chainsaw carver in the world. Like that, what's that guy, Michael Brummer or whatever his name was, the guy to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You know that guy, right? Yeah, that could be me, except for I'm a fat redheaded guy in Southeast Ohio. So that's not me. Michael Buffer. That's it. That's the guy I'm thinking of. But that said, you know, remember, also, you know, feel bad for, what's that lady's name? Wendy, the wife of the that idiot that took all the people down there and that thing. We were talking about that earlier, that submarine. And I can't remember that guy's name. It's probably a good thing. If I can't remember his name, it was gibberish. Nobody can sue you that way. That's great. That's all I got, guys. I'm tired. Check out Creation Dust 777 on Wednesday. It's about between 2 and 2:20. And we will be back Friday night, probably flex shaft carving, maybe even working on this guy. I don't know, but I'll bet you I get him done this week. That said, that's all I got. Come back when you can stay later.